Have you ever stood in front of a full closet and felt like you had nothing to wear? Not because your clothes are ugly, not because they're out of style, but because every single piece makes you look shorter, wider, or older than you actually feel inside. If you are a petite woman over 60, I promise you I know that exact frustration. And I need you to hear this before we go any further. Being petite is not a limitation. It is a secret superpower, one that almost nobody teaches you how to use. Here's the truth. The fashion industry doesn't want you to think about too hard. Clothes on the rack are designed for a standard, taller body. Oversized trends swallow smaller frames whole, and most of the styling advice aimed at women our age is quietly built around the idea of hiding something as if we should be apologizing for our bodies. But you and I both know that's not where we are anymore. At this stage of life, we are not hiding. We are stepping out with more wisdom, more grace, and more confidence than we have ever had. So today, I'm counting down 8 style secrets made specifically for petite women over 60. Starting with a solid tip at number 8 and building all the way up to the single most powerful styling principle there is at number 1, the one that changes literally everything else on this list. Stay with me all the way to the end, because number 1 is not what you think it is, and once you understand it, you will never look at your closet the same way again. If videos like this help you feel more confident in your own closet, this is exactly the kind of thing we do every week here on Stylish 60 Plus, so consider joining us. Now, let's start the countdown. Number 8, vertical lines and strategic detail. This isn't about wearing stripes head to toe. It's about using small design elements that guide the eye naturally up and down, creating length and balance almost without effort. Our eyes are directed by lines. Horizontal lines, wide belts, dropped hems, boxy tops visually stretch the body sideways. Vertical lines encourage the eye to travel up and down instead, and that instantly lengthens the silhouette. For a petite frame, this is one of the simplest tricks there is to appear taller without a single heel. So how do you use this? Choose subtle, narrow pinstripes rather than bold ones. Add a long, open cardigan or a tailored blazer, which naturally creates 2 vertical lines down the front of your body. Even something as small as a long pendant necklace or a scarf tied to hang vertically creates the same lengthening effect. Seam placement matters too. Pants with vertical creases, dresses with center seams, jackets with princess seams. These tiny details are quietly working in your favor every time you wear them. One thing to avoid is oversized, overwhelming prints. On a petite frame, a giant floral can genuinely overpower you. Go for smaller, more delicate patterns instead, or keep prints within the same tonal family so they don't interrupt that vertical flow. What I love about this one is the psychology behind it. Vertical lines feel dynamic. They signal movement, direction, vitality. They say this woman is going somewhere. At 60, at 70, isn't that exactly the message we want to send? We are not fading into the background. We are still moving forward on our own terms. Number 7, your shoes and your hemlines. For petite women, these 2 elements work as a team, and the wrong pairing can cut your height in half without you even realizing why an outfit isn't working. Shoes and hemlines should never fight each other. They should feel like one continuous visual line. When you wear a skirt or dress, the hemline should hit at a place that flatters your proportions, often just above the knee, right at the knee, or just below it. Pair that with a shoe that elongates the leg, a nude pump, a pointed toe flat, or a sleek ankle boot in the same tone as your tights. Take trousers as another example. Wide leg pants that skim the floor look genuinely stunning on a petite frame when your shoes match the same color family. Navy pants with navy loafers, black trousers with black ankle boots. That continuity means your eye never stops at the ankle. But cropped pants with chunky sneakers or a dark skirt with light-colored shoes creates a hard visual stop, and suddenly your legs read shorter than they actually are. I know some of you are already thinking, do I really have to wear heels at 60? Absolutely not. Comfort is queen, full stop. You don't need height in your shoes, you need shape. A pointed toe flat elongates the leg just as effectively as a heel ever could. Low block heels, wedge sandals, sleek loafers, all wonderful alternatives that still do the styling work for you. One of our longtime viewers, a woman named Carol from Ohio, messaged me after trying this exact swap. She said she had worn the same pair of white sneakers with almost everything for years because they were comfortable, and she genuinely had no idea they were the reason her outfits felt unfinished. She switched to a simple nude flat that matched her hemline, and she said it was the first time in years a stranger asked her where she got her outfit. That's the power of one small, deliberate choice. Number 6, monochromatic and column dressing. This is not about wearing head-to-toe black every day. It's about using one color or very close tones to create a single, smooth, uninterrupted line from your shoulders to your shoes. When the eye sees one continuous column of color, it moves vertically instead of stopping and starting, and that creates the illusion of extra height and balance without feeling forced. Picture a navy blouse with navy trousers and a slightly lighter blue cardigan layered on top, or a soft beige sweater with matching trousers and nude shoes underneath. Keep every tone in the same family so the outfit reads as one graceful column, and play with texture so it never feels flat or boring. A knit top with tailored pants in the same shade is far more interesting than one single fabric top to bottom. What you want to avoid is a harsh color break right at the waist or hips. A stark white blouse with black pants might feel classic, but on a petite frame, it visually slices the body in half. And here's what almost nobody talks about. There is real psychology behind this choice. When you wear a harmonious palette, people unconsciously perceive you as more polished and more intentional. It signals calm and confidence, qualities that feel especially powerful at this stage of life. Number 5, and this is the one so many women never think about, neckline strategy. Your neckline sits closest to your face, which means it does more work than almost any other detail in your outfit. For a petite frame, the right neckline can open up your whole upper body and draw the eye towards your face instead of stopping short at your collarbone. V-necks and scoop necks tend to be especially flattering because they create a natural downward line that elongates the neck and chest area. A crew neck or high turtleneck isn't off limits, but it works best when it's paired with an open cardigan or a long necklace that breaks up that solid horizontal line at the collar. Wide boat-style necklines can visually broaden the shoulders, which is lovely on some frames, but on a petite frame, it can shorten your look if it isn't balanced with something vertical elsewhere in the outfit. A viewer named Margaret wrote to me last year saying she had worn turtlenecks almost exclusively for over a decade because she felt they looked put together and covered. When she finally tried a deep V-neck sweater with a delicate pendant, she said she almost didn't recognize herself in the mirror in the best possible way. She said it wasn't about showing more skin. It was about finally seeing her own face be the focal point of the outfit instead of getting lost underneath it. That's exactly what the right neckline can do. Number 4, fabric. The fabric you choose can completely change how an outfit reads on a petite frame while also giving you comfort and ease of movement that stiff clothing simply cannot. Stiff, heavy fabrics like thick denim, bulky wool, or rigid synthetics tend to add bulk and can make you look boxy and shorter. Fabrics with fluidity and gentle drape, silk blends, lightweight knits, fine linen, soft crepe. Skim the body instead of clinging to it and move when you move, creating an elegant line instead of a stiff outline. At 60 and beyond, comfort is no longer negotiable. And it shouldn't be. But comfort doesn't mean shapeless. It means choosing fabric that feels good against your skin, breathes with your body, and lets you move with grace. There's a psychological layer here too. Flowing fabric projects ease and softness, and others read that as approachability and elegance, even if they couldn't tell you why. Next time you're shopping, don't just look at the color or the cut. Touch the fabric, hold it, let it fall. If it feels stiff, ask yourself honestly, will this help me look polished or will it weigh me down? If any of this is already changing how you're picturing your own closet, go ahead and like this video right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more women just like you, and I read every comment, so tell me down in the comments which number has surprised you the most so far, because we still have the most important ones ahead. Number 3, tailoring, the quiet secret shared by every effortlessly stylish petite woman. Clothes are made for standard sizes that rarely match the reality of our actual bodies, especially as we get older and our shape shifts and changes. If you've ever bought a jacket where the sleeves swallowed your hands or trousers that bunched awkwardly at the ankle, you already know this frustration intimately. This is exactly where tailoring changes everything. A simple hem, a nipped-in waist, a shortened sleeve, a blazer that once felt boxy suddenly looks sharp and intentional. Pants that used to drag now create a clean, lengthening line. And here's the part that surprises everyone. Tailoring doesn't have to be expensive. Often, a small adjustment costing less than a lunch out can make a $60 dress look like a $600 one. Tailoring is also about something deeper than fit. It's about respect for yourself. It quietly says, I deserve clothes that fit me, not the other way around. So next time you buy something new, or even look through pieces already hanging in your closet, ask yourself honestly, would this shine with just one small adjustment? Number 2, style as the language of confidence. Because at the end of the day, clothes are not just fabric, they are communication. They tell the world who you are before you ever say a single word. For petite women, the temptation is always to focus only on looking taller or looking slimmer. But real style was never about chasing an illusion. It's about presenting your authentic self with confidence, fully and unapologetically. When you choose colors that make you feel radiant, when you wear silhouettes that let you move with ease, you are sending a message, whether you realize it or not. I am here. I am visible. I matter. Confidence and style can be as simple as a delicate necklace that highlights your neckline, a well-chosen handbag that adds structure, or a scarf in a color that lifts your whole complexion. And let's not forget posture, because no outfit is ever complete without it. A petite woman who carries herself with open shoulders and lifted energy will always look more powerful than one hiding inside even the most perfectly chosen clothes. Studies in fashion psychology consistently show that when we feel genuinely confident in what we're wearing, we perform better, we connect more easily with others, and we project real authority. One viewer, a retired teacher named Linda, told me that after focusing on how her clothes made her feel rather than how they might be judged, she started getting compliments not just on her outfits, but on her energy. She said people kept telling her she seemed lighter, happier, more herself. Nothing about her had changed except the way she was dressing for her own confidence instead of for anyone else's approval. And now, number 1, the single most powerful principle on this entire list, the one every other tip we've covered, actually depends on proportion. Petite women get caught up in the number on the tag. Size 2, size 12, doesn't matter. But that number has almost nothing to do with whether an outfit flatters you. Proportion does. Think of your outfit the way an artist thinks of a painting. A well-composed painting isn't about how big or small the canvas is, it's about balance. For us, balance means dividing the body in a way that elongates rather than cuts it short. There's a simple rule stylists use called the rule of thirds. Instead of splitting your body in half, say a long top ending mid-thigh paired with pants covering the rest, you aim for a 1/3 to 2/3 ratio instead. A tucked-in blouse with high-rise trousers, for example. That small shift naturally draws the eye upward and lengthens your silhouette without adding a single inch to your actual height. Here's the mistake almost every one of us has made at some point, myself included. We think oversized clothing hides the areas we're self-conscious about. But here's what most women never realize. For a petite frame, oversized pieces don't hide anything. They overwhelm you. They make you look smaller, rounder, and sometimes even older than you are. The goal was never to hide. It's to highlight your waist. Highlight your neckline, highlight your posture. That is where proportion becomes your best friend. Picture this. You put on a long tunic with wide leg pants. Comfortable, absolutely. But from a distance, it can look like the outfit is wearing you instead of the other way around. Now picture the exact same pants, but paired with a shorter, slightly fitted jacket that ends just above the hip bone. Suddenly you look taller, sharper, more put together, and you didn't change your height or your weight at all. That's the quiet magic of proportion, and it's the thread running through every single tip we've covered today. The vertical lines, the shoes and hemline, the monochromatic column, the neckline, the fabric, the tailoring, even the confidence itself, all of it is proportion working in the background, whether you realized it or not. Research in visual perception shows our eyes read vertical balance before they ever register size. That means people notice how your outfit is divided and framed long before they notice anything printed on a tag. Proportion communicates elegance faster than anything else you wear. So let's bring this full countdown together. We went from vertical lines and detail to the harmony of shoes and hemlines, to the elegance of monochromatic dressing, to the often overlooked power of your neckline, to fabric that moves with you instead of against you, to the quiet transformation of tailoring, to style as the language of confidence, and finally to proportion, the foundation that ties every single one of these together. Style at 60 and beyond was never about pretending to be taller, younger, or anyone other than exactly who you are. It's about honoring yourself, your body, your wisdom, your experience with clothing that supports and celebrates all of it. Every single piece hanging in your closet has the power to either weigh you down or lift you up, and that choice has always been yours to make. So this week, try just one of these 8 tips. Maybe it's pairing your shoes with your hemline for the first time. Maybe it's trying a neckline you haven't worn in years. Or maybe it's finally taking that blazer you love to the tailor. Notice how it makes you feel when you do. If this video gave you even one new way to see your own closet, that's exactly why we make these every single week here on Stylish 60+. So do me a favor, hit subscribe so you never miss the next video, because we have so much more timeless style, real confidence, and practical wardrobe wisdom coming your way, made specifically for women exactly like you. And now I'd genuinely love to hear from you. Out of all 8, which one landed at the top of your own personal list? Tell me in the comments below, because your experience, your wisdom might be exactly what another woman scrolling through today needs to read. Like this video, subscribe to Stylish 60+, and I'll see you in the next one for more timeless style secrets that help women over 60 look elegant, confident, and effortlessly beautiful.